Hello, everybody. I'm Bobby Blair, and this is the premiere of my new television show, Being Bobby Blair.
And I'm Kitty Meow, and we are a unique first-time ever partnership of South Florida, Hotspots happening out. And wait, they're all working together and they're doing this together, really?
It's unbelievable. We will be talking about what's hot at Hotspots magazine, including House Wars, a fun new competition event at Scandals, with a total of $25,000 in cash and prizes to be shared by 8 teams.
Oh my goodness. And of course, we'll be talking about the big stories at South Florida, including the significance of the death of LGBTQ baseball great Billy Beane.
That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about my column today in OutSFL on my Olympic experience and what I saw from Paris from LGBTQ plus athletes. It was heartfelt.
Yes, and we'll be talking about a new reality show that is forming in Wilton, Manors, in Fort Lauderdale, and of course, how you can become a part of this new show.
All next on Being Bobby Blair. Welcome to the premiere of Being Bobby Blair. I'm that Bobby Blair. I had a long career as a professional tennis player, played all over the country and around the world, won a couple professional tournaments, even beat a Wimbledon champion. Then I went on to do some real estate, and when I got here to Fort Lauderdale in 2006, I founded, which became one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America.
Yes, Bobby. Welcome to the premiere of Bobby Blair, Being Bobby Blair, I'm sorry. I am Kitty Meow. Now, I've been an entertainer and drag queen based in South Florida since the early 1900s, no, 1990s, and of course performed and interviewed the who's who of people, of course, in the LGBTQ plus community.
Just about everybody.
Yes, almost.
Madonna, you name them. It's all. And this show, we're so excited, will unite iconic media brands in South Florida. OutSFL and Hotspots happening out have joined forces with us, Sean and Kitty, to support the community. Support the idea that LGBTQ perceived competition can actually work together and prove all boats rise in the tide together. And that was my dream when I came back this year, is to put all the crazy media fighting to rest and to do something to really make a difference and really, at the end of the day, serve our community.
Excellent. So let's get Being Bobby Blair started. Let's start with, what are we up to? Tell us what we're up to, Bobby.
Well, this week I spent a few days looking at all of, I'm a home builder by trade as well. And I went over to Port Charlotte. And I took a look at all of the houses that I had to check out after the storm. And because we build the homes on such a high lift now because of the new code, because of the hurricanes, all 7 properties were not affected, and everything went great. And then I came back, of course, that 2-hour trip, jumped over to Scandals and Tropics to see how everything's going. I'm helping the Bob de Benedictis and the Khan Bashir ownership team. Bob unfortunately passed away. Khan now has all of the assets from New York to Florida, and I'm really helping Khan with that, in terms of marketing and advertising and events, and really getting our food incredible. We've got Victor Zepka working with us, who's just an icon.
Absolutely.
He's really going to get our kitchen where it needs to be. The best in the city is what we're going for. I mean, everything we do, Sean, has to be the best.
I absolutely.
And we don't know anything any different. So very excited about what I've been up to this week. And then tonight I'm going to go see the guys on the drive. A burlesque style male review.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Stylish, classy. And then we'll talk about PrideFête tomorrow. But what you up to?
I had a really incredible opportunity this week. Skyy, the Skyy Museum and Gardens, they're hosting a project called Beyond Skyy, and it's about all the celebration of LGBTQ events there, including the White Party, which of course, I hosted and performed at for many years. We did a Beyond Skyy podcast. You can go to Sky's website and Skyy.com, and you'll be able to see the Beyond Skyy website. That kind of was a highlight of my week, and I was very happy to be a part of it.
I really wish our show would have started a few weeks earlier because you have been getting awards all over South Florida. Tell the world what you've been honored with of late.
Lately, at the beginning of Pride Month, which is June, there's a kickoff party at the Galleria Mall every year. It's a Take Pride exhibition, 150 years of LGBTQ plus history. And this year I was one of the 10 recipients, including Robert Boo, Jacqueline from, of course, the symphony, and all of these amazing individuals in our community. I thought, I cannot believe I'm on the same stage with them, because I would always MC the event, and this year, of course, I got to come back as one of the recipients. So I'm very, very grateful.
And just the other evening at an art gallery, they had your image from when you were 19.
Yeah, well, 30-something years ago. The kickoff party for PrideFête, and it celebrated artists from all over the community, and they, of course, were all present, and all of their works were present. And Ali, the renowned photographer, had shot me many years ago for SK Flowers, and I was one of the subjects at the PrideFête.
Well, it's so exciting. Cool. We're awful busy, but I know we wake up every morning with an "I love you" text.
Yes.
I got your text this morning. Yeah. You are my everything partner.
You're my homeboy. Yes.
Yeah. We had so much fun in LA. Over the next first series here, we're going to talk about our time in LA and all the things.
And all over the world. I mean, because we've truly had an incredible time that we've done it all together.
Yeah, you're my number one. I remember 3 weeks at the Waldorf Astoria.
Yes, absolutely.
Those walls could talk. They can talk more now.
I'm telling you, and they will spill all of our tea. All right, so absolutely. What are we up to next?
We're going to get next to Kitty. Let's get to the things happening around South Florida. One of the things that we want to do here with our show is we want to make sure that we give you a roadmap to live your very best life.
Yes, absolutely. So, did you know, Bobby, that in the month of December, HOTspots magazine will be celebrating its 40th year of documenting the LGBTQ plus experience? So let's look at some of those fun stories and experiences in a segment we call What's Hot at HOTspots.
Wow, it's a very exciting time. Sean, tell everybody about what's happening at the House Wars of South Florida.
Yes. Okay. So this is an event that is, of course, taking place at Scandals. And I know we say House Wars, but we want anyone that wants to put a team together. If it's Daisy Dead Petals, she wants to do the House of Daisy, Dead Petals, Velvet Lenore's bringing in a house, Erica Norella's bringing in a house, the House of Lords is bringing in a house, and their categories each week. And then you have to perform and win that category in order for your house to go home with the cash and prizes, correct?
That is correct. And 20% of the gross revenues are going to MZ Out South Florida nonprofit and to the Stonewall Pride and HOTspots Happening Out nonprofit television network and programs. So it's really a cool thing. If you think about Pose, how phenomenal that show was and how great Billy Porter was, we're bringing that exact same concept to Fort Lauderdale, South Florida, Miami, and it'll be held at Scandals.
Yes.
And we're looking for the top 8 houses of South Florida. We already have the top 4.
Yeah.
Now we're looking for house 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yes.
We'll be starting after Labor Day. And every single night, if you were to go into the first round and win, you'd be in the semifinals. If you win that, you're in the finale. You could actually win the $5,000 cash prize and earn cash and prizes in the preliminary rounds.
Every week up to it.
Yeah, so if you win your first round, it's $750 in cash and prizes. If you win the semifinals, $750 in cash and prizes. And then in the finale, if you win, $5,000. So over the 12-week period, you theoretically would only have to do 3 times performances. Now, here's what's great. If you lose in the first round or the semifinals, we have a feed-in consolation, and the winner of that consolation tournament gets to perform in the finale. So 3 teams go to the finale, $5,000 to the winner, $1,500 to the runner-up, and $1,000 to third-place finisher. Now, Skyy Vodka is underwriting this. They put up $7,500 of the cash for the championship finale.
This is going to be incredible. This is absolutely going to be incredible. I cannot wait to see it. I'm emceeing.
You're the host.
The category is...
You're Billy Porter. No, and I think they would have been better with you on.
Oh my goodness, he would black my eye if I said yes. He's a good buddy. But that's so exciting. That's very exciting. And then what's next?
Well, let's celebrate culture and Caribbean culture. Tomorrow, August 10th, PrideFête is returning for the third year at Richardson Historic Park.
Yes.
And the nature preserve there in Wilton Manors, right across the street, literally, from Tropics Bar and Grill. The event is a celebration of Caribbean music, art, and culture. The event, which draws well over 1,000 participants, is a vibrant and a safe space for the LGBTQ community. PrideFête stands as South Florida's largest diversity Pride celebration. Really something really great. And Sean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, it's going to be it's going to be an incredible experience. I'm originally from the Bahamas, and usually in Caribbean countries, we don't necessarily have a safe space for being representing the LGBTQ plus community. So it's really, it's great for us to be in the United States in, freedom and democracy, of course, giving us the opportunity to do it not in our hometowns, but in our backyard in Fort Lauderdale.
You can still go to the website, and it's pridefete.lgbt.
Yes.
You can get your VIP ticket. Incredible food. The VIP ticket gets you air conditioned.
Yes.
Gets you access to your own restrooms.
Yes.
It gives you the comfort to really enjoy. So, pick up a VIP ticket, bring a couple friends.
Absolutely, absolutely. The food's incredible. The food's incredible.
Wow,
and of course, being in air conditioning in August is a luxury in South Florida. We do not take for granted. Those VIP tickets will give you access to open bars, just like the best of the best. I love this event. Please go. We'll be out supporting it, and it'll be a lot of fun. Okay.
Sean, something happened interesting at Lips this week.
Oh my goodness. So Lips closed and opened all in 1 week, right?
Well, they actually were going to close on August the 11th, which is going to be their last show.
Yes.
They put a notice out to the entertainers. There was an article written, that something was happening.
Yes.
Early on, and then a blessing happened.
A blessing in disguise. When I was looking in social media, I kept getting all of those dreadful messages from the girls from Lips saying that was their last, on the 11th would be their last show. And it was so somber. I'd spoken to a few of them as things were transpiring. But, the girls they operate that, and, with their blood, sweat, and tears, it's been successful for years. And I'm happy that the guys from Aqua in Key West are going to be standing up and, helping them preserve that income and longevity here in South Florida, because Lips has been an institution, and we're glad it's going to remain.
A huge shout out to Michael and Jonathan Barrett, the owners of Aqua Key West. In a statement to Goodman Public Relations, the new owners shared their excitement. It says, "We love drag and we love it here. So is the perfect venue over there right on Oakland Park Boulevard for us to personalize and make it our own." I just think, Sean, this is a blessing. I was part of starting Lips. I actually found the location back 16 years ago.
We've had great times.
I'm just so thankful for Velvet and Francesca Richards and Manors and Nicole T. Phillips and Nicolette and the entire team there that has put this iconic place on the world map. And I should say that the other locations around the country are thriving and doing amazing things. And, they're in Atlanta, they're in New York, they're in Chicago, they're in San Diego. And I just think it's a beautiful thing that now it's in the hands of the guys that really wanted to do it. I think, as the owners, they have 4 other ones, and, they're getting older. There's only so much you can do, and you can only keep your eyes on so much. So I think they made the right decision, and it'll be good.
I was so relieved. I'm so happy. Good luck to the new owners. Welcome to town, and we hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous run. So.
Something really cool has happened over at the Seminole Hard Rock. They've won again the prestigious Wine Spectator Award. They've received recognition from the Wine Spectator's 2024 Restaurant Awards for excellence in wine programs. The awards honor top restaurants worldwide for their exceptional wine selections. Like Pablo Estrogen, the vice president of the food and beverage over there at the Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, not too far from Wilton Drive, about 20 minutes. He shared his joy saying, "We are honored to be recognized once again for outstanding wine programs. Our dedicated team is committed to delivering an exceptional wining experience." I mean, I just tell you, dining and great wine, they've done all the hard work for you. You know how many times I've gone to a restaurant and I go, what could I really drink wine-wise that would match this meal I want?
Yes.
And for you to know that you're going to a place that's not only being recognized as the best, and they'll do it for you, I love that.
Listen, every time I go to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, I have to say it all because they make us say it every time we're working there or doing something. Every time I go there, I am really blown away by the high upscale restaurants that they have there. So it's so consistent with the fact that they're winning awards on wine because their culinary experiences have been quite ingenious and quite brilliant. So,
and Kitty, another thing is you don't have to go spend $100 a bottle to enjoy a great wine over there. For $20 to $40, they've got a great selection.
Yes.
If you want to spend a little more, great selections. And listen, living your best life is making great choices, making good planning, celebrating with the people we love. And I think, we should all get together and go to the Hard Rock.
Absolutely, very soon. And of course, another hot topic from HOTspots is, of course, the summer Guy series with Guys on the Drive. This is, of course, a new event, and it is going to be featuring Oscar from, of course, Noche Latino fame. He's getting together with, of course, Antonio Edwards and Evan Camejo, and it's Guys on the Drive. It's really going to be something fun. I'm excited about that, too.
The thought is when they brought it to us over at Tropics was, could we put an upscale Broadway level quality burlesque show on the drive where everybody could come and enjoy, but it's just risque enough where it's a lot of fun, but not so far where you'd feel uncomfortable. And I think we've done that. It's very tasty and really sexy. And I think tonight we're going to be sold out. If you see this, we're airing live here soon. And at 6 o'clock, people are going to start to come. The show starts at 8. Here's the good news. In 2 weeks from tonight, they're going again. And they're going to do a really, really, really sexy show there as well.
And it's a part of the summer series. They're also featured celebrity entertainers. Last week was Electra.
Every Friday night, we're bringing in the greatness of the past. And it's my life, my years, my journey, my years with all of you. That's kind of the theme for the Electra. We're bringing in Tiffany Ariadne at some point in the fall. We're talking to Nikki Adams. 40, 50 years of celebrity entertainment, right? One day you'll be there, Sean.
In my own mind.
Your status is there. I'm not going to put you in retirement mode yet.
No.
But they're bringing pictures and videos. I mean, last week's show with Electra, she was showing her entertaining in Fire Island on the stage 35 years ago with the icons. And so it's a way for us to really celebrate their careers and do it in an intimate way of a great dinner, great drinks, and an hour and a half with the people we've cherished for a long time.
And then what's happening over at the Manor? Tell us.
Well, the Manor is doing Noche Latina. Very, very exciting. 26 years in the running. And Scott Holland, who is behind that show, who's been the founder and the leader of that, is just, first of all, he's an incredible human being. I got to know him over the past 6 months. And one of the most world-class gentlemen I've ever met. A guy that
brilliant,
always
creative.
Early for meetings, always prepared, always ready to serve.
Even-tempered.
Oh my God!
And so he has that vision. The Gary Santos.
And usually people that are so organized and so detail-oriented and so responsible aren't as creative as he is. So to be able to come up with these different themes for 26 years, every Friday, Saturday night for all these years. Is magical.
Cool, right? It's impressive.
So I'm going to be a fly in the wall this Saturday night. I think I'm going to zip in there around 11:30. If you get there at 11 o'clock, there's no cover charge.
So that's
get there between 11 and 12, no cover charge. and have a drink and have a good time.
Yeah, it's the official after party for PrideFête 2024. It's happening at Noche Latino, and then of course in the main ballroom, I am going to be performing. I believe it's 2 a.m. So
wow.
if you can hold out for that long, come on over and enjoy the after party and see us have a good time. So
I think it'll be great. And then tell the audience some of the stars that are going to be there.
Yes, of course. Now this event is starring direct from Tampa, Puerto Rican Amanda D. Rod, along with other very, very special guests. Now, the party will also feature Go-Go Poppies and DJ Joshua Anthem, spinning the best mixes of salsa, merengue, bachata, reggaeton, Latin house, and more.
And Kitty Meow will be there at 2 a.m.
Yes, 2 a.m. Still holding out. Still holding out. Drinking Red Bull. Yes. Okay, so this is just a taste of the hot events going on in South Florida. Now, we encourage you to pick up a copy of HOTspots magazine to see everything that you don't want to miss this week. And of course, our LGBTQ entertainment Bible in South Florida. It's HOTspots. You got to pick it up, right?
Yeah, no question. As a longtime publisher, LGBT publisher in South Florida, New York, Los Angeles, and over 90 cities in North America with fun maps, I know how special South Florida is as the heart of America's LGBTQ community. We have everything. Literally, I feel like we're on steroids here, and literally. And that is true for print magazines and newspapers. They're still thriving. They're still successful. They're still generating great revenue. Advertisers are in those publications relentlessly. So print is not dead in the gay community by any stretch. Being Bobby Blair helps show our community when we can all work together. That is never more true than OutSFL, where we've partnered with OutSFL, and we're going to be talking about their news stories every week. I must tell you also, a newfound wonderful relationship of my life with Jason Parsley and Justin Wise.
Yeah.
Those two guys took over from, the old regime. When Norm Kent passed away, they started their own company. And they've just done such a fabulous job. And personally, for them to welcome me after all we went through over the years with the Florida Agenda and South Florida Gay News is a blessing of my life. And I will tell you, it's my honor and privilege to write for them and to give them a platform to bring their print news to a world audience.
Absolutely. That's really wonderful. It's a true blessing. So
well, let's look at some of the stories this week that they featured. I got to be honest with you, this is rough for me, Billy Bean. Heck, when we moved to LA and bought Frontiers, we leased his apartment when he went to work for Major League Baseball, and we stayed in his condo in LA. I brought him here, and he was in our parade.
He was the Grand Marshal for one of the Stonewalls. Yeah.
He sat on the board of directors with me with LFAP when we launched our index and ETF on the New York Stock Exchange with Martina Navratilova, Barney Frank. I got a text from Barney yesterday. We're heartbroken. Anyways, Billy Bean passed away just a few days ago. Billy was a pioneering advocate, former Major League Baseball player. He really, really brought inclusion to sports. Billy was just 60. He just turned 60. OutSFL confirmed his death this week, revealing that Bean died after battling acute myeloid leukemia. About 11 months ago, he announced. He was a California native, played 6 seasons in the major leagues from 1987 to 1995, debuting with a record-tying 4-hit game for the Detroit Tigers. Wow.
Pretty impressive.
Think of him. In 1999, he publicly came out as gay, becoming the second former Major League Baseball player to do so after Glenn Burke. He also wrote a memoir, which he encouraged me to do, by the way, why I wrote Hiding Inside the Baseline as the out gay tennis player, the out gay baseball player. We joined forces, and it was just moving. And in 2014, the commissioner at Bug Selig said, let's get you to Major League Baseball. He became the ambassador for inclusion and later became senior vice president for diversity, equity, and inclusion. I tell you, what a guy. Next week, I'm going to read to the audience his final text to me.
Oh my goodness!
And it's beyond moving. Billy, not only a pioneer, but when Billy walked in a room, every single person felt like he cared about him.
Absolutely,
and he did. That's why they felt it.
Yeah.
Some people are good at doing that. He was that. And I remember sitting in board meetings and people had all their ideas, and Billy listened to everyone's idea, even if he had his own idea. And he was really the ultimate team player. Team player.
That's Billy being rest in peace. Yeah. You are loved and respected, and your
next week we're going to do a real feature.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So now the big story from out South Florida, the new show starts today. Okay, now South Florida, started today. Now we're going to go to two new stages. Okay, first one is at the Empire stage, and they're going to be debuting The Temperamentals by John Moran's at the Empire stage. Now it is all about the early days of the Machete, of course, society, and the love affair of two of the founders, Harry Hay and designer Ruby Gingrich. Am I saying it correctly? Yeah. Okay, meanwhile, another icon is saluted in Forever Janice. Now, this is taking place at the Collaborative Arts Fair in Garage in Delray Beach. So one is, of course, at the Empire Stage here in Wilton Manors, and another one is happening only in a matter of hours, right? This is debut, so we want you to check both of them out because there's something better for gay men to do, right? They don't have to always go dancing. They don't even have to always go to the beach, but they can appreciate culture on every different level.
Kitty, I miss the era of Janis Joplin.
Yes.
I was just a little young.
Yeah.
And I heard that she was just beyond anything. I mean, she was like a modern day, for me, probably Tina Turner.
Yes, of course.
Maybe Cher, the Madonnas. That was Janis Joplin in her era. And to be able to go to a show and to get a feeling, even if it's just, if they capture it a little bit, I think it would be an amazing experience. I think Delray Beach is a place to hit.
Yeah.
That's it could be really a lot of fun.
Yes.
Well, let's get to the headline in New Orleans.
Yes.
It just proves that no place is safe, and we've really got to be careful everywhere we go. A teen pleads not guilty in New Orleans to murder. Very devastating. A 16-year-old Maley Day Cornelius has pleaded not guilty to charges of murdering a 32-year-old Jacob Carter in New Orleans. He was a gay tourist from Washington. Carter was fatally shot earlier this year, dying in the arms of his husband, Daniel Blagovich. The couple, they owned a really neat bagel shop in Tacoma, Washington called Howdy Bagels. They were on vacation. Following Carter's death, tributes poured in from all over the world on social media. Over $300,000 came in that they raised through GoFundMe. Cornelius, indicted in May, the 16-year-old, for second-degree murder, is being held in juvenile detention with bail set at $600,000. OutSFL reports that a hearing is scheduled for September 13th in the New Orleans Parish Criminal District Court.
Wow, that's pretty intense.
I just think, Sean, it's a reminder, Kitty. I love calling you Kitty Meow, but you're my Sean too. And we're going to be in trouble for that. The producers wanted all Kitty Meow.
They'll be fine.
We'll get that next week. But these are things that are hitting us, and I think people see that it's probably best to stay in safe places.
Yes.
Safe zones.
Mm-hmm.
Know where you're going.
Yeah.
Stick together. Because over the past several years, and now it's several, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. People have felt empowered to not only show their voice, empowered to speak their mind. Some people have gotten so empowered they're taking action, and that action is not always good.
No.
And this is a perfect example of just a couple on vacation. They probably planned it all year. They probably paid off their credit cards. They're probably in a nice hotel. They saved up for a nice dinner. They own a little bagel store. The guy gets killed.
Yeah, we've got to be very diligent.
Cool.
And we have to be careful every time we're traveling. We travel constantly, and we're always so careful. And I'm very sorry for the loss, and I hope his life is a memory and a blessing to all.
But it's also a reflection, I think, to why would this young 16-year-old with his whole life ahead of him feel something so drastic to do that. So, of course, it's all about the victim, all about the family that has been taken away from loved ones. But I also reflect on, why did this young man do that? What did our community, what did our world do to him to make him want to do that.
What we as a society.
Yeah. So that's also part of this story that I want to maybe dig into and follow. We'll stay on top of this over the next few months.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And of course, the big story from out South Florida, men, let's talk it out at, of course, the Pride Center. And it's on Mondays. Now, men, we don't necessarily talk about our feelings as much as we should, but it's a very healthy, safe space. It's happening August the 12th. Every Monday, there's something incredible that happens at the Pride Center. Recovery programs, coffee talk. It's all of this amazing stuff. And so if you didn't make it to the Manor or to something that requires you to wear a swimsuit, you'll definitely be able to enjoy this, of course, coming on this Monday.
Well, I think Robert Boo is a hero.
What a champion.
What he's done for well over a decade as the leader of the Pride Center, all the services, all the money that's been raised and put to such great use, the retirement home, to all of the meetings you can go to there if you're looking for a place to live or if you're homeless. I just think that the Pride Center is a behemoth, iconic place that really does represent the good that our community can do when we work together, believe in each other, support each other. If you really want to make a little difference, go drop off a $20 bill every month at the Pride Center. If a lot of people did that, they could even do more.
So far.
They could do even more. So great job, Robert Boo, the team over there. You can't do it without a team. So the new issue of OutSFL is on the stands now. They come out every Thursday, and I mean, Sean, they are everywhere.
Yes, they are.
When we had the Florida agenda, I thought we were everywhere. OutSFL is everywhere. They're the key source to the important LGBTQ news of South Florida, America, and around the world. Pick up the new copy, learn about our incredible queer community. They're there to serve you.
Absolutely.
And they're there to make sure that people are held accountable. They're also there to reward and empower people that are making a difference.
Yes.
And listen, I advertise there every single week with the businesses that I'm involved with, and I encourage everybody to do so. It's not only a representation of how to grow your business, because it does with their millions of viewers online and their great distribution, but you're serving the community voice.
Yes.
And I think it's important that people do that.
And of course, speaking about out South Florida, Bobby has a column every week that is called Being Bobby Blair. Now, it's a unique partnership between Out South Florida and HOTspots happening out. Now, of course, this week, Bobby is here, talks with his own experiences from tennis and the sports of coming out. Of course, as he watched what was going on with almost 200 LGBTQ plus athletes at the Paris Olympics.
Yeah, it was incredible. And I really just believe that in my day, in 1984, there was not anybody that was out.
No.
I didn't know one person. I was scared to death. I was watching and looking in the mirror how I stood and how I was able to, how I walked, and were my pants on right? Did I have them up too high? Everything that made me think, oh, somebody would out me, I was so scared. And so to watch the Olympics now and to go these 40 years later and to see that not only did the media embrace, but the families, the coaches, the sponsors, the fans loving these kids, for them to live their truth and to show the world, to anybody that's not living their truth, you can do it. Now, not everybody's an Olympic athlete. Not everybody's adored. Not everybody's winning trophies and have rooms full of trophies, because you do if you've gotten to the Olympics. Because you've been doing it since you've been this big. But you know what? We're all something. We all have a special talent. We're in the band. We're on the football team. Maybe we like to read. We're good on computers. Maybe we like to cook. And I think, if parents would find that special something and treat their kid like they're an Olympic athlete and love them for exactly who they are, then these Olympic Games can be something to be remembered for generations to come, as really, in my mind, the first time they were truly celebrated.
Yes.
Truly celebrated.
I mean, unbelievable. I've seen, obviously, Simone Biles is one of my most favorite, athletes ever to walk the place, the planet, on planet Earth. But she, the divers have been very interesting. They've kept us all occupied. But listen, yes, the Olympics, really impressive. So your column every week happens in OutSFL, Florida, and this week it's about your...
This week, as the games come to a close, I was talking about the Olympics, not 2024, but 1984. Heck, I was a 19-year-old rising tennis star with a huge secret. I was competing at the USA National Tennis Center in New York, home of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. That alone is nerve-wracking. You've been there.
Yes,
of course. That stadium looks like the, the Empire State Building. I was competing at the United States Olympic Tennis Trials. And of course, my number one goal was to make the 1984 Olympic team, which was being held in Los Angeles. All I could think about was all of the years I watched those Olympics with my mom. And, my mom had just passed away a few months earlier, and that was weighing heavily on me. I just knew that she was watching over me, though, Kitty. I was within 2 matches of making the team. I must say, knowing that I was different and likely gay, all my friends are falling in love and worried about the girlfriend's texts and the beeper back in those days. It wasn't a text. And I'm like, don't beat me, please. I don't want to have to say no or make a story up. Although I had lots of girlfriends, I had some dear ladies that I felt so bad that I just could have married 5 of them. And I would have, but I wouldn't have been in love, and that's the problem, right? So the Olympic team, for me, was extremely stressful.
Yes.
And it was a massive amount of fear of me being outed if I made that team. And I truly believe that as I inch closer, my performance began to get weaker and weaker, began to waver.
Yeah.
I didn't make the team that year. But 2 years later, I was blessed to be chosen to be on the 1986 Goodwill Games team, which was the equivalent of the United States Olympic team in Russia. And Paris, made me look back in the ways that I felt. And what came back to me again, the fact that we have a record of 197 LGBT athletes that have competed from all over the world. The fact that nearly 200 athletes had the courage in their young lives to live their truth is heartbreaking to me, that they had to make such a hard choice, but they did it. They've been celebrated. The Olympics celebrated them. And I never thought that would happen in my lifetime.
Yes.
Kitty, I'm so proud of these athletes and the courage that they demonstrate. To read more about my Olympic experience and everything that I dealt with, you can pick up that article in OutSFL this week, but it's also on OutSFL.com. Being Bobby Blair.
Okay, and also Being Bobby Blair, at Being Bobby Blair, we are going to bring you many interesting personalities, entertainers, and individuals who fascinate the queer community.
We have something exciting.
Yes,
today we're going to talk about a new reality show that's coming to South Florida, Wilton, Manors, Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
We have an iconic businessman, Mark Schmate. This guy has mastered the art of buying, building, and flipping Airbnb businesses. He just bought a beautiful home, actually 3, but a beautiful home he turned into a Barbie house in Wilton Manors. He's a solar industry leader. What an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So, Mark came to us not too long ago and said, Bobby and Kitty, I have a dream. Tell us about your dream of a reality show.
Well, I had a friend come visit me from Arizona, and she's done a couple documentaries, and she was only going to stay a week. She ended up staying 6 weeks, writing down in her journal about all the people she met in and out of my life and places we would go. And she's like, this would make a really great reality TV show.
It really would. And, so as we had dinner and we started talking about it, we thought that if we did like a 16-week worldwide search for ideas, show concepts, sponsors that want to get involved, American Airlines, Marriott, Hyatt, people that want to be part of the show, and the characters, the cast of characters. Can you imagine the characters? So listen, we're out here to say, if you think that you're the next reality star, you need to reach out to us. If you think that you've got the best idea for a show, you need to reach out to us. So Mark, tell us a little bit about, listen, you're pretty much close to my age. You've done it all in life. You don't have to do another project. But I have a feeling this is also part of giving our young generation and people from all walks of life an opportunity to shine.
Absolutely. Really what we're looking for is salaciousness and drama.
Yes.
If you can have those qualities and some art, some swag with it, you're going to do really good.
I think we could manage that here in South Florida, right?
Well, I think that he already has a story that I'm going to allude to just a little bit. At the world-famous boardwalk under the ownership of the great Victor Zeppo, who's in our audience today. Mark, you fell in love with a young man there.
Yes.
And you also had indiscretions with his wife.
You put me on the spot. Am I turning red?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we want our reality show to be. So if you have a story, if you have something that's just outrageous, did you see how he got nervous? He want to tell the story. I think he's going to save it for episode 1.
Yeah.
Because we know where the girl is, we know where the guy is, and he has a new beautiful husband of 9 years. So I think our executive producer might have something to do with some content here. So anyways, Mark, thank you for being on the show
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Really, but most importantly, thank you for being such a beautiful friend to our community. Thank you for supporting all the businesses. And thank you for giving people an opportunity to showcase their talents, as crazy as they might be.
Bobby.
So anyways.
That's going to be exciting. I cannot wait for it all to start. And of course, I know you are excited about Being Bobby Blair because, of course, it's your namesake. But next week, it's Being Kitty Meow. Now, we're going to be here every week and we're going to celebrate and talk about what is important to you. Of course, it launches from HOTspots magazine. And of course, the events, the shows, the signature moments of our queer community. We're going to bring it all to you.
Along with all of the amazing news from OutSFL, John Hayden, he is really covering what's happening that's important to us. Jason Parsley's doing an amazing job at making sure that it's getting put all over South Florida and of course online. I've said before, they're reaching millions of people. So we're here every week as we literally lift the stories from OutSFL off the printed pages for us to better understand our world. And we're doing the same with HOTspots magazine.
I gotta say one more time that no one other than Happening Out Television, that's a part of HOTspots Happening Out nonprofit media group, is of course capable of doing this. Now you get to see it all, and this is the magic of video.
In the same spirit of NPR and PBS, our nonprofit mission is to educate, inform, entertain our LGBT community, give you a platform for us to empower and encourage you to live your very best life. We thank Virtue, a really, really hot product. They're going to be here next week, and we're going to showcase their amazing product. They're going to be doing lots of exciting stuff with us over the first series, so we're very thankful for them to be a working partner with us, and we're certainly thankful to the partnership with Mark Shemate Productions. Just can't wait to see what that show is going to do.
Absolutely.
The community is going to tell us.
Yes.
And we're going to put it together, package it up, and we're going to bring it to Hollywood.
Awesome.
I can envision we're checking into the Beverly Hills Hotel. Sean and I have. We're going to get in a rental car. We're going to go to Bravo, Netflix, Hulu, and we're going to say, "Who wants it, baby?"
Yeah.
We're going to get a deal.
I believe so.
That's what we look for.
Listen,
hey,
I know.
If you don't dream big and you don't be me and crazy, people think I'm crazy.
No.
My coach, Nick Politeri, we throw stuff up against the wall. We see what sticks. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? That's Being Bobby Blair. I hope to see you next week.
If you have any ideas for Being Bobby Blair, or you have any events or stories you would like for us to talk about, just reach out to us. Send us a message on social media, and of course, we'll respond to you.
So this is season 1, episode 1. It's a wrap. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the conversation. And next time, I want you to believe in yourself. Don't believe when people tell you things that aren't true. Only be around winners. Only be around winners. You hang around good people, you'll do good things. Good night, everybody.